between the Los Angeles Angels and the Boston Red Sox.
7 as baseball's color barrier was broken and stopped today, making his major league debut. He is the league debut since Pete Coachman in 1990. So big day.
Occasional changeup.
Taylor Ward fouls off the first.
You can see that fastball. You got to be
Clock local time here in Boston. Here's some players say. Start for Kike Hernandez now coming in.
1 o'clock and then 11 o'clock a.m. 4 different start times.
But it just seems like you get a different kind of. And there's Trout aiming for the one off the big green wall and left. Wait a second, it's a double.
Back-to-back games though for Trout with a double. His hands quicker. Fastball upstairs again. Year 7th extra base hit for Trout.
That makes Mike Trout 31 season. Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez numbers. Shohei Ohtani takes a strike from.
Especially on some fastballs early count.
Anthony Rendon's hit Pivetta the hardest. Washington, and Pivetta was a Philly. And Jonathan Papelbon was traded. Remember, he attacked Bryce Harper. They had that big fight.
Now and swing on that breaking ball. That's the secondary pitches are tough to read when.
Ground ball the other way, picked by Devers.
I don't want to miss a thing, especially on a fastball and a sinker. See him yesterday. Yeah, I was like, I was out of my mind. Out of my mind.
There's Rendon taking a strike.
And also made an outstanding defensive play on that one hop
against Pivetta.
And he's looking for his first extra base hit of the season, and he's facing
the lead with Trout at second after his 300th career.
Trout with 12.
We're going to have an early visit from the Red Sox traditional uniform in this series. They wore the City Connects yesterday. Dave Bush going back for another word. There's the City.
Isn't that the Boston Bruin colors? Maybe they were just trying to take care of them.
Or like UCLA. One ball, no strikes on Hunt. Pivetta falls behind. This is. He takes ball 4. That wasn't even close.
Trying to get those runs in.
And Pivetta missing wildly.
And he's not even really close. What happens is when a pitcher starts.
Finds the zone there. Just pumped in a. Urshela drives it. It's pretty deep and it's gone. Grand slam. Make Pivetta pay for the mistakes.
4 versus Pivetta. Waited out. Grand salami time. Gio Urshela. Yes, it is. And out. For
one thing with before. They did, and it's a 4-0 lead as Brandon Drury strikes out. Nick runs on a grand slam, and the Angels have a 4-0 lead. Anderson in charge of throwing strikes here, which is something Nick Pivetta didn't. Made contact on nearly 97.
Got the benefit of that one. You talk about the importance of that shutdown inning. The first game was solid. Because you got to end the bat contact fastball very well.
There's a strike from Anderson. Although when Anderson wasn't a dog, those gaudy numbers again. It's awesome. Just a handful of days after the Titanic strike on 3-2. Instead, he throws to first, where Urshela is. Turner rolls it to Rendon. Had some throwing issues yesterday, but gets that one to Drury.
Notice all that play. Drury turn into double play. Urshela receiving Theis behind. All here today.
Well, it's, I'm sure, cool to make it anywhere. Rob Refsnyder sent way back, and he can't make the play. Up.
You're running towards that wall. That is always a difficult play. But on that one there, it's deeper and longer.
First hit for the Red Sox, and now Devers a high fly ball. Center. Ward's going to play it, and look at it go high enough. Wasn't sure if it had the distance.
But the respond right back. Exactly what you're trying to avoid happening.
League lead with 6.
Well, it's right down the heart of him going the other way like that.
All the Major League Baseball. Move on, Ward for the Red Sox. Now 3 balls, no strikes on. What the?
Not scoring as the game progresses.
This is going to be an 0 for 28 slump at one point in the beginning of this season.
Hit pretty hard, which is unusual against Tyler.
Ball 4 to keep. And now Christian Arroyo will be the batter. Longoria fan. And Longoria was moved to San Francisco.
That would have been pretty cool, though. Loud so far. Guess right, especially with that longer throwing motion he has. And the
first inning for both starting pitchers. For Tyler's in the shade, it's advantage for the pitcher. Urshela bumps into a little bit out of position, learning first base. Bumped into Brent. That was a Double-A Birmingham. Good curveball there from Pivetta a year ago.
Well, it was fun watching him in batting practice today. Bat. Gonna be even. That's a good take. There was that leg kick a little bit.
Debut. First at bat from Zach Neto. And a good cut there at a.
That's another great take. So far, so good.
And the plan is for Neto to be the everyday shortstop.
And he could run too. 3 stolen bases.
Opportunity. First big league at bat. And Neto, it's a hard ground ball to third. Rafael Devers scoops it up.
Shatsley took him out of the game. Neto said, I thought I was just getting the rest of the afternoons to him. He thought maybe he would be a call-up late in September, maybe the All-Star game.
Position players getting a number of at-bats. Now, pitchers sometimes get up there a little bit quick.
320 at that level last year and 444 to start.
The ball's out of his zone.
That one hit
again.
That.
Yeah, it turned into that one.
That looks like. So, however it turns out with the umpire's rules, generally what happens. Actually, the place playing left field, that's a lot different here than playing right field. That's this go fighting the sun a bit. He makes the catch. Brings up Trout, who doubled and scored his first.
Pretty amazing with Trout swinging that.
Nomar Garcia Parra and
Get him out of here. Hall of Famer.
Manny Ramirez too.
Yep.
David Ortiz, a left-handed batter. Carlton Fisk, a right-hand. Some teams put up the number. And Ted Williams, who's first on that list of. There's ball 4, so 3 walks and a big hack at that. Cost Pivetta 17 runs.
93.9 miles per hour.
Already 51 pitches early.
That's a nice job, but it looked like kept back on as long as he could. You see it right off the end of the mitt.
Rear. There's a strike. Angels already have a grand slam runs. Breaking ball in the dirt makes it 1 ball once. Pivetta lays in a strike with that curve. Rendon, it's a bouncer up the middle. Tough play, sliding grab, long throw in time. On the Royals at 6 p.m. as the first 25,000 fans. Tristan Casas looks at a strike from Tyler Anderson. And they thought his hands were too sticky. So Herman was not ejected from the game, even though his hands were said to have.
I think there would be a pretty good chance I would be thrown out of the game.
Casas giving way to Taylor Ward. Connor Wong looks at a strike. I know Logan. Line toward the left side. Rendon was playing in at third. And Connor
against Tyler Anderson, the lowest as far as exit velocity. That pitch right there, his changeup was elevated. That's why he was able to hit that one.
rare. And the Blue Jays, who hit everything hard, getting to a high pop-up from hit. It's the first defensive chance for Zach Neto. Verdugo moved up to hitting leadoff this year for the Reds in the game. So it kind of puts extra pressure on you.
Has that day.
Anderson dropping down a little bit further. Did it again and strikes him out. That time Anderson pulled the. Renfroe just chopper to Devers, who backs up on it.
Locked by Gio Urshela with the base load, a 3-1 count. Drives over. Pretty cool little thing we're able to show now.
Incredible technology. Think about where technology was when. There's a strike.
Ooh, that could have easily been ball.
A little bit late on that swing, and now it's a full count. The Celtics playing their first. There's also considered one at the Boston Marathon in 2013. After that, as Urshela's a weird route taken, and still
Lines this one off the bat the way he went out initially. You're thinking over the wall. Got to round that curveball hitter.
There's a curveball that lands. There's another good curve from Pivetta. We'll see. All curves there from Pivetta. The last one is back once again after all those years in LA. As Turner rifles one down the left field line. That's an advantage of black players in the league since 1955 as we see Turner's double. League Baseball and the Players Alliance, that group kind of headed by in urban communities and getting baseball to be more popular. I
agree with that.
Players that are in 8th and 9th grades have already been in Oakland. And so that one in particular is similar to ball 4, and it goes all the way to the backstop. There's really all the teams doing as much as they can. Bounce to short. Neto waits for it. Steps on second. Throws to first. Little play ball.
Good read there by Justin Turner to be able to get.
The Angels 4-0 lead after a half inning has been cut to. Normally, when you score
Berkeley, the winning percentage is first in the first inning.
In the game. On Kike Hernandez. He fouls one off. It has happened. A squibber to. Once he was allowed in, the pop of Bell. And Satchel Paige got to the big foul territory.
You know, talk to Buck O'Neil, the legendary Buck O'Neil back in the day. Incredible talent. Yeah, you're right. We didn't get a chance to see, or even basically
just immediately after. We still dealt with years or so, 3-4 years after Jackie. Willie Mays was the first part of it. As Casas swings and misses, and nobody ever talks. So whatever Jackie went through, Larry Doby went through the same things.
But you know you were a special player.
It's interesting to be here at Casas swings and misses. Anderson trying to find his.
Have success with that drop down pitch against lefties. You also.
So Yasmani Grandal, including long center in left center. It's off the wall. Missed a homer. It's a double instead with 2 outs.
The one he got a hit on earlier was a he went down and got it and drove it off.
They've got some building block. He's just starting his major league career. Teams last year, and he sends one to deep. Let one over the monster to give the.
That baseball drifted right back in the heart of the plate.
At the very bottom of the order. That
going back to that need for that shutdown inning right away in that first inning.
Now Verdugo has a base hit. All of this with 2 outs.
Seeing this one drifts right out over the middle of the plate. An arm angle, but
Turner, now 38 years old, had a new and a wild pitch. Verdugo.
Davidson warming up now.
In the meantime, Tucker Davidson stays in the bullpen as a long man. It's not just the walks, it's the missing of spots in the strike zone too.
So well. And when you miss in the plate, it ends up being a tough one.
23 Motor Trend SUV of the year.
So Anderson, you would have otherwise. 4 unearned runs for the Red Sox. It's a good changeup. Line drive over Neto. Score. The throw goes to third. Backing up the play. Throws to third. Up 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Now they've got a 6-4 lead. Cozy up at the Big A on Tuesday, April 25th. Trout. Angels now chasing a couple of runs. Boston. Trout sends one, but looking up at the wall. Refsnyder sees it hit off the monster.
Giving him 5 on the season. What a nice job bringing his hands in. That baseball.
Trout and some of the all-time greats, including entering today, Boston's starting staff with an ERA above 6. Ohtani's been diving out.
That's a pretty good take. That's a tough pitch to lay off of.
Ohtani loops one toward left. It's shallow.
Little flares in there. A lot of times you'll see left fielders play more shallow in this.
Rendon goes after the first pitch and pops wall. It's short. It's not far from home plate.
Openings over the years up on top of the green monster. You look down, you go, what, home?
Rendon has a walk and a run scored today. His hits, and he's certainly getting on base.
A lot of room to hit the ball on the ground that way, especially with Shohei being held on at first. You got to have a lot of trust in your hands to do that, Wayne. Especially a fastball coming.
Rendon with a check swing lays off the high. Not the guys that you can pick out or point out by the way they're thrown. Now, if you could pick out Caleb Ort from 450 feet away.
Ooh, that's a great take. That is a nasty pitch.
Rendon smacks one toward left. It's a base hit. Trout zone.
And then this breaking ball, more of the zone. Got around that breaking ball.
Southern California Cadillac dealers. For the Red Sox.
Fastball 94, 98, relatively straightforward.
By a Red Sox pitcher over the last couple of years. Game brewing now here at Fenway. Angels had a 4-0 lead early.
Trying to stay in and not allow Hunter Renfroe to get
this game.
That's a good hack at that one.
One foul. Renfroe chases and misses, and a big out. He brings up Urshela. Urshela breaks his bat, pops it as a base hit.
Enough on that to be able to get that to fall in nicely between to produce an RBI single.
First pitch, a high fly from Verdugo's got a good arm in right field. He makes the catch, keeping Rendon at second. To 2 strikes, that leg kick goes away. Really shortens up. That's to the backstop. And now 2 in scoring
through the baseball. And he'll do that all the way up to 2 strikes. And then he shortens it up. That
Ort falls behind 2-0. Matt. It's ball 3. He's a young guy. He swings and he pops it up foul.
How about that? I like it.
This is his 45th professional game. He swings through a high fastball to make it 3-2. Takes strike 3 call. A little bit off the plate.
Still could bring it up there. 95-mile-an-hour fast.
Tough day on the mound for Tyler Anderson. 11s. Devers reaching to stay alive. 7 homers, only Devers and Pete Alonso have reached. A chance to put Devers in the Angels bullpen. That may not be shared by Angels fan bullpen. One toward the corner. Ward got a late start for it. And entering today. So that unit, they've given a couple up.
A lot of times, just like a kicker in the NFL, when your time's up, starter's not.
That ball hit sharply. Matt Moore lucky to get out of the way. And Zach Nevin.
And stay, woo, that pitching hand too, close. Line drive back up the middle.
He's 104 off the bat, sailing over the head of Matt Moore. And a former Dodger managing them, Alex Cora, said that he was going to be not only a big one coming forward as Renfroe slides
all the way in and go a long way to come sliding in to make an outstanding play.
Kike Hernandez. Now 2 outs. Here's Christian Arroyo.
Great guitar player too, by the way, Bronson Arroyo was.
Well, we didn't miss that thing, although Christian Arroyo did miss that one. How's that possible? Christian Arroyo swings and misses a high fastball. He's upset.
No way! Chase Thompson, stop it!
Got him again. Twice hit today.
He's batted hit twice while batting. That one right on the elbow.
Ooh, that one hurts. There.
This year. Almost hit Ward.
Be the time for Taylor Ward, especially on that inner half.
Now ball to the right side. The Red Sox get 1 out at first. Today. There's 2 runs. 0 for 16, and he broke that yesterday with a base hits.
Think about it, with only 1 home run in this ballpark, Trout is. And a lot of them. A ton.
Strike 3 to Trout. One on Monday morning. He's hit well here. Into straightaway center field, the deepest part of Fenway, 420.
That was at the end of a game. Now I've got a runner in scoring position. It out.
Bounces that one foul.
Battle.
Ohtani rips hit. It was hit hard, but Wolf from Hernandez not even close. Throw to second is
to make sure there was no tag. B for Taylor Ward in that slide that late
that foot out in that slide with those long legs, able to touch up the corner.
An infielder playing center field, but does a great job. And everywhere he's been put defensively, 4 miles per hour. Remember that pitch before? He kept telling.
Take much time to charge it as Rendon looks at a strike. The left hand come off. Maybe Rendon not looking completely healthy.
It's just still sore from being hit by the pitch. Wow, that's a bit outside.
Just a bit.
That's behind the left-handed batter. It's never easy being a hitter under any circumstance, but when you have a pitcher throw a ball that far away.
Look toward right center over and make the catch. 2 with Matt Moore. He's here to do his business, get his training when he signed.
Smashing out of the bullpen.
His dad was a mechanic. He worked in 2020. This one fouled back into the Red Sox. Sean McDonough. What's a wave, Joe? Make sure you. Strike 3 called. Matt Moore.
That's just good arm action on it. That little fade away.
Batter. There's a strike from Matt Moore, just pumping in strike.
And then he could throw that knuckle curve after.
Verdugo lucky to make contact there on a. He's tied with Luis Arraez of the Marlins for the highest contact. Out. Verdugo makes contact, but weakly.
Especially that arm angle. It's tough on.
It's Kenley Jansen.
Yeah, he's 96.
I'm big boy. Schreiber then on the screen. There's one that was borderline. Rendon reaches out. Renfroe rather.
The base hit on a slider. Michelle has had a great game.
So he pops this one up. Yeah.
The turbocharged Tekken
Mets TV Coliseum. They said they heard the story from me. Candle even started was because we had to get the stink out of that booth. Swings and misses here.
Like that aggressive on the first.
Called by the umpire because Schreiber was about to.
That's twice now he's called pitches about a base.
Neto swings and misses to end the 7th.
Exactly right on that, Wayne, because it's a high leverage situation with these batters.
Stay to enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks. As Estevez deals a strike to Rob Refsnyder. This East Coast trip is done. Star Wars night Friday. You look at that as a softer spot on the schedule, a softer homestand. Refsnyder with the latest Hunter Renfroe. And 2 quick
in the 9th inning.
But he is a ferocious hitter to this game. High pop up here by Neto. And the young shortstops all around Fenway Park. Affects the 8th inning.
Very effective. 9 pitches for Carlos.
And now it's 9 out of 11. Leadoff base hit for Red Sox are sending up a pinch hitter. So Matt Weiss runs to the mound. It's Ryman. Toronto last year was traded for Randall Grichuk. Cut by Tapia, but it's a strike.
Going below the knees because he's a low ball hitter.
Ward going back, reaches, catcher's interference called on Theis, and
Taylor Ward on that one. I think you're.
Well, you're right. You hardly ever see a ball hit that far. We're gonna listen.
Yeah, I thought I heard
the sound as well as the visual. That's kind of important. It means they had enough evidence visually to tell the ball whether the glove was hit by the bat of Tom. Rendon is still cheating in at third on. There's a good pitch from Tepera.
By the way, going back on that play.
So even though he doesn't get the out, he still saved at least 1 base.
Yeah, he went on that one.
And they agree at third. Ron Colton.
1 count. Chased it.
Is in the on-deck circle, and it might be Yoshida. Tepera bounced it in there, and now it's a full count. Raimel Tapia on base. That would bat for Wong. Check swing, strike 3 called.
Yeah, he was calling that.
Well, I guess trying to figure out the strike zone means a little bit more to him. The second pinch hitter of this inning. Here's a good double play target if he mentioned Masataka. Another catcher's interference.
Another catcher's interference.
So now they're loaded. Bouncing ball foul down the line. Are you seeing anything with Theis? 1 ball, 1 strike on Yu Chang. Austin. Now Chang with a base hit. Run. Tapia scores the go-ahead run. Calls.
A lot of the plate right here, though. Allow.
Tepera's given Theis. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Verdugo. Now they'll have to face Jansen in the 9th inning. Long at bat here for time called by the batter Verdugo. Verdugo lays off for ball 3. So Tepera. Now Verdugo with a high fly to right, sizing it up to make the catch. Sox won't challenge that offer. Join baseball in commemorating Jackie Robinson Day. Visit MLB. There's a strike to Justin Turner. Now a hit batsman loads the bases. The Red Sox, as he bats with the bases loaded and a chance to be committed 3 errors.
Now he forced in the middle of the plate now.
There's a strike. Much needed one. 3 balls. There's a strike from Tepera to keep Ref Snyder. Snyder takes ball 4. Tepera.
The last couple pitches thrown.
Tepera is probably going to come out anyway. He's done. Tucker Davidson. Still. He gets Devers to hit a check swing bouncer to third. Rendon throws up his 394th career save. There's a strike. A follow. Rendon smashed it, but right to Casas. And there's goes after the first pitch. Verdugo. Jansen ahead. Urshela pops it up. For the Angels today, the Red Sox in straight day, 9-7 the final score.
Yeah, tough one after some big games for Trout.
Career save number 395 for Kenley Jansen. Coming up next, the Red Sox win 9-7 at Fenway Park.